Welcome to Pass the Bowl Podcast. I'm here with Samantha. Just the two of us. We can make you laugh and cry. Just the two of us. Oh, man. Can you believe it's already October?
Holy cow. It is October.
I learned in Hinduism they pray to a holy cow.
I like cows.
Well, you can be Hindu then. They love cows. But you can't eat meat, so I mean.
I mean, I could probably not eat meat too.
Sure. She's like, mac and cheese and hot chicken. Yum.
Oh, I'm getting fat. Okay. In discussion, I love Halloween. One, because it's fall, and fall clothes are the best. Two, it's like ultimately the best time to just like watch the coolest movies and cuddle and eat snacks and be fat.
I mean, yeah, you feel better. Like, I mean, it's cooler. So like being fat, you're like, you know, it has a purpose.
Yeah.
That's the only like reason why like being fat like has a purpose. You're like, all right, you know, I'm gonna be
Going
fat
to
just for the warmth for the winter.
I never have that excuse, but it's
Bro,
fine.
fall clothes are the same. All my clothes are year round. Just like wear shorts and shirts. That's about it.
Yeah.
I'll throw in a bathrobe.
You need to make sure you get your camo coat.
Oh yeah, 2 days.
2 days.
We got 2 days left at our job.
And we're gone.
We're
Yes.
freaking gonzos. Who else is out there struggling, freaking working stupid hours, fucking understaffed, and just get yelled at?
Yep.
Just leave your job. There's so many jobs out there.
There's only gonna be a ghost working there.
Ghost? Was the ghost like joke or thing at Piata, or was it at Chipotle?
It was at Chipotle. The
Okay.
Best Buy. Somebody, when Chipotle used to be Best Buy, they said somebody hung and killed themselves in there. And then when Chipotle made it into a Chipotle, crazy, creepy things would happen. Like, and it was kind of weird. Like, random stuff would fall off the shelf out of fucking nowhere. And you're like, what would make that random?
I think something
Damn.
happened when I was there before. I vaguely I swear to God.
He's like, now that
I don't
thinking
remember
about
if I like went to slide something or what I was doing, but it went farther than it should have. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna slide this on over, and I went smacked against the wall. I'm just like, damn.
There was a lot of weird noises in the morning before it all like started opening, and
Probably some homeless men living on
a
this.
lot of weird just things falling off shelves. So I was like, that wasn't really explaining to anything.
I don't know. My only explanation is like you set something up, and if it's like sugar or something, like the weight it like keeps shifting a small amounts, then finally it tips over. I'm someone I won't believe it unless like
Logic is so stupid.
logic.
I
Who
hate
needs
logics.
it? Logics.
I hate logics right now.
All the logics.
I think outside of the box for everything. You say, oh,
No,
sugar
you think way
is
farther
outdated.
than outside the box. You think you're up in the atmosphere. You're in space when you
You saying
think.
it's just sugar weighing itself. I'm saying there is a gravitational pull from underneath the earth. The devil's coming out from the thing, and he threw it off the shelf.
Oh my God! The
It's
devil.
Halloween.
It's
The Grim Reaper.
Is that one of your favorite holidays?
Yes. Not because really I like to be scared, but because I like candy.
That's it. You can eat candy year round, bro.
Yeah, but then I don't feel as good about it. I worked hard for that candy. I walked around every street corner
That's true.
for that candy, so it tastes so much better. Because you don't know if you like a piece of candy until you look in the bag and you're like, damn, I haven't had that piece of candy in for like ever. And then you eat it and you're like, that was such a
You
good piece of
find
candy.
some stupid ass candy in there, like Peeps or fucking.
What's some like Buckeyes?
Ew.
You know what I'm talking
I
about?
don't like
Ugh.
Milk Duds.
I love Milk
Ugh.
Duds.
I'm not a candy person.
I like candy. I'm a
But,
junker for
Yeah,
sure.
so it's just easy for me to fall into the addiction with candy. Like, I'm like, never eat it, but then when I do, I'm like, damn, this is so good. I'm just gonna have one more, and then like 20 wrappers to the side of me. I'm just like,
The
what am
whole
I-
entire
what
bag.
am I doing with my life? So I try, like, I'm good about not eating bad things, but then when I eat them, I'm bad. I gotta control myself.
I think that's kind of like almost like everybody that works out and stuff. My brother Matthew, like he's like
Yeah.
a power lifter, where and he has to eat healthy, but as soon as like he breaks it, and like he just can't stop. And then it's like a trigger, and he's like,
It's hard, man.
"Ah," and just eating everything. I'm like, you've gained literally 20 pounds in 2 hours. But I cannot gain 5 pounds in like 7 months.
It's hard, man. You just like stick to eating healthy, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna fall off the wagon just a little bit, you know. And you have cake, and you're like, God damn, this is what I've been missing. Just fucking eat everything. You're like, huh? Now regrets.
I would definitely say
Depression set in.
Halloween is for sure my favorite, though, minus the candy part. I was always like fascinated with like the energy and like spooky stuff, and I was always wanting
What
something
kind of
spooky would
energy?
happen to me.
Like just spooky energy.
Well, that's what I believe
Supernatural?
ghosts are. Is like energy. It's just like an energy
Ball
that's like,
energy.
you know, you have your hot energies, you have your cold energies, and that's like
Well, everything. We're all energy.
exactly.
You know what I'm
That I think that we die, and that's what we are, is a ball of energy, and then that
saying?
ball
We
of
just shed our
energy is
carcass.
yep.
That's just energy. So you don't believe ghosts have like form? Can they like they can form a person?
I don't think that they're forming. I think it's maybe in the air. Like, you know, like you see fog,
Right.
right? Well, your air's thicker, so you could see things and appear things differently. So I think it's honestly just the air around it that makes it like, and that's why sometimes we visually see things.
Some people though claim they see like they know it's this person's ghost because they look exactly like them. Do you believe in after images, like something like, you know, that's like something brutally happened, like of a murder of some fucking girl, and like her after image is still there of that, like that energy is still there because that was such a shocking memory. I don't know, like
I don't know how I feel about actually visually seeing like faces, like looking like, oh, that's Betty Sue.
I better Sue.
She got her hair stuck in the dryer.
God damn.
And that's how she died.
The hair is
No.
she's stuck step bro.
She's stuck.
She didn't have a step bro to unstick her.
Yeah. Oh, what? Oh my goodness. If everybody's not watching my Snapchat, you have to. It's pretty funny.
Yeah. So you just believe in energy, just balls.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe, and then maybe if the air was thick enough, they could form what they maybe look like. Maybe I don't think that they're just walking around looking like ET out there. Like, yeah, I think that honestly something would have to form to make them look like that. Like if they was the good underneath a cover,
Just the ball edgy floating around.
then you would
under
see.
the cover.
Well, what don't you think that might be where it came from?
I
You know
don't
what, like the sheet over the people, and that's supposed to be spooky ghosts. Like, you don't think that maybe that's how the energy like
I think people
presented itself?
came from like something bad happened or like a battlefield, and like you go to that and you feel like the presence of the energy, like,
Well, you could definitely feel
and you're
energy
just like,
change.
oh, it's like they're still here, and they're like, oh, look, I think I see one,
And they
then
might be, and you don't
ghosts.
see them until they throw a sheet over them, and they're like, "I'm there, bitch."
Ghosts are just going around, but she's.
Yeah.
I don't know. If I were to believe in ghosts, I believe they could have a shape still, because they know what they looked like in the past. So, like, you know, like, why couldn't they form a ghostly image of themselves? But would they have clothes on? Like, what would they be naked? Like, I don't know how. I just don't even.
Yeah.
know
Let
if
me
I-
just be a ghost and put some clothes on real quick.
Well, like you. What if? I don't know. I just don't understand ghosts really. I guess.
That's
Do you
'cause
think?
it's not real? It's just energy.
But don't you think the energy can like have a
No.
personality? Oh, you don't even think they can have a personality?
Well, I wouldn't say personality. I would say aura.
So they're either like good ball of energy ghost or a bad ball of energy
Precisely.
ghost? So like the bad balls of energy just knock shit off the
Bad
shelves.
balls. Yeah.
The other ones knock it.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is though? Like what would keep a ball of energy? Do you think
Well,
like,
a sad
just-
soul, of course.
So sad. All right, a sad person dies. Their souls.
Their energy is going to be a negative energy. A mean person, like
So-
I just slaughtered like 7 trees, and then they die because the tree fell on them, and then
Slaughtered 7 trees. God.
I couldn't say anything bad about any animals, and then I was like, well, it might be a little murder if I said
Slaughter a
people.
tree.
So that was the safest bet for this podcast. And then the tree falls on him and he dies. And then he has bad energy because, like, obviously he was a murderer of trees.
What if his
And
job was like, what if he's a lumberjack, bro? That's his job. He just
murder.
He's just cutting down trees and Sam's fucking
But he
has
was
a sign.
sad, you know. Maybe he was cutting down them trees because he just got divorced, and
Just can you say something more evil? Like he was fucking out there killing animals.
he was fucking animals.
Is
that what you wanted me to say?
He was out there fucking animals.
I was just repeating what you
and then
said.
an animal fucked him back and killed him.
No, okay,
the guy
so
who
he
got-
was a mass murderer, cut out his own eyeballs. That's how scary he was. And then,
This man was so scary. He just popped
and
his
then
eyeballs
he said,
out.
yeah, and then he died. And then his bad energy came out. And then he's like, I'm a badass ghost. And then he's coming and he's haunting people, and his little eyeballs are flying everywhere at people, and that's the scary story.
You don't believe in eyeballs flying around?
Well, maybe they were
eyeball
real
energy.
eyeballs. And
He plucked them out so that
had
they were
the-
ghost eyeballs.
And then he threw them at you, and they were like, you get smacked with just an eyeball, and you're like, what the fuck?
A ghost eyeball.
You don't know.
Hey.
Because I feel like they can pick things up. So I really think that they can, like,
Do
imitate what they
need
look
hands
like.
to even pick things up?
No, because the energy, I mean, what do you mean? Have you never
They
seen
just-
Casper?
Casper had ghost hands, bro.
He didn't use them.
I think he did. I can't remember. I haven't.
He
watched
just,
Casper.
like, you know, his energy. They're not really ghost hands. He had a sheet over him.
Could he not touch things? No, see, he could touch things. He didn't have a sheet over him
He had a sheet over him.
at one part of the movie, but not the whole fucking movie.
He had a sheet over him. That's why you could see his body. But really, it's just his energy grabbing it, obviously. It looked like maybe his hands, but that's because a ball
He
of energy
didn't
was on it.
have a sheet over him the whole freaking movie.
Yes, he
It was
did.
one scene. He was literally a half figure. He just didn't have legs. He had a floating little fucking.
So he was just
twirl.
energy.
And then he had.
He just honestly
He
looked like a
had-
little
he had
cum ball.
ball head.
That's what he looked like.
A cum ball with fucking hands.
He didn't have hands. That was just the sheet over top of him. His energy made it look like he had hands.
Someone please tell this woman to rewatch Casper. We're gonna watch. I'm gonna pull a
Ooh,
picture of Casper.
I
and
cannot
you're gonna
watch
see his freaking
Halloween
hands.
stuff. You remember that
Maybe
one time we had this Halloween party here?
No, now I'm scared because what if like.
He did. Was a sheet?
What if
Yeah,
he,
I can't.
No,
remember.
I know he's not. I know 100% he's not a sheet. But I don't think he had appendages. I think he had like little mitten hands.
To be continued.
Yeah, we're gonna have to look this up.
So we don't look like retards. But
But-
regardless, he kind of looked like he had a sheet on him. So I don't think. I just think that they
Mine's
can form things. But I definitely think that they can throw things. Apparently, my grandma's house is haunted, and there is this.
Have you been there? I mean.
Well, yeah. Well, a lot of the stuff happened apparently when I was little. But there is this really creepy mirror in there. It's like literally 12 by 12. It's like a big mirror. And they threw,
12 feet.
yeah, like
Damn.
it was
that's a big
like
ass.
it covers the whole wall. It's a huge mirror. And when the mirror is so old, they threw a sheet over it because they said when you look in it, like you'll see like figures, like scary stuff.
Woo.
So me and my cousins were like, we think they're lying. They just don't want us to see this cool mirror. And we opened it, like the sheet in the corner, and it's because like the mirror is so old. You know when a mirror gets old, it has some like blemishes in it.
Sure. I don't know.
Yeah, like it has
I don't think I've
mirror
seen it.
blemishes. It's like where like the fraction of that you can see yourself in isn't there no more.
Okay.
Well, it was just on a mirror set had a lot of those spotty stuffs in it, but we never got to the point where we actually like fully looked in it because we seen it had spots. We're like, oh, this is scary, and shut it back down. But it's still in that house, and I think
So
that we need to go
you
investigate.
weren't too scared to even look at.
I
the
was
mirror.
little, and I'm telling you that it's like they were so
Talk
scared
a
of
whole
it.
lot of games. She's like, I'm gonna see. Literally
I was
uncovers
little,
a crack.
but I'm ready now.
She's gonna face that mirror. What if like you just like pull it back, all of a sudden ghost everywhere?
I don't know, but they said in that same room, like because that's where my mom and my aunts used to like sleep. Because it's weird because like it like they had a side crawl space, but they made that side like attic crawl space a bathroom, and it was like a fully functioning bathroom with a tub and stuff. And I thought it was like it's really creepy in there already, but like they said that they had like things happened where like it took an iron, like one of them old irons that like you iron your clothes with, and it threw it across the room, and they were so scared that like they went running because like it would do crazy stuff to them like that, and then they covered the mirror and they didn't have any more issues. So ever since the mirror has been covered, they've not had any hauntings. But
So I just have this thought, like you know how mirror, like I don't know, doesn't it like pull in light and reflect it
Yeah.
or refract or whatever? What if it like can capture like energy? You know what I'm saying?
I
And
wouldn't
the
be
ghosts
surprised.
Are stuck in there, or they're just living in there, and then once you cover it, they can't come. You know, like their energy can't reflect
blocked.
out or whatever. Just a thought.
The house is a very, very, very old house, and it's actually, you can look it up on the web, and it's a historical building.
Ooh, that means there were slaves there.
Yeah, it is a historical building, and that's why they can't ever, like, they wouldn't be able to ever take down that house, because there's a lot of, like, historical behind it. And if you go down Route 8 to the very end, there's that KKK, like, conspiracy stuff, so I think that has a lot to do with it. So the possibility is there that some crazy stuff happened, because why would they have a bathroom in a crawl space attic? Like, that alone's a little weird, but I think we should check it out.
The mirror?
The mirror?
All right. We're going to go
need to get some
ghost
infrared.
hunting. Let's just be ghost hunting. Let's start our own ghost hunting corporation.
Do you like Halloween?
Do I like Halloween? Mm-hmm. I do. You know what I mean? I just like dressing. I think.
So you like the costume part of the Halloween?
Yeah, I like get dressed in a costume and going out having like themed games and shit. Like, I'm all for the partying.
So you believe in full ghosts, like full like walking around?
I don't know if I hold on, chill. I don't believe in like I don't know if I fully believe in ghosts, but if I were to believe in ghosts, I believe they would have, you know, appendages and shit, like ghostly ones.
Like a dick.
What is ghost dick? But mainly, yes. So the partying, and then this one time when I went trick or treating, like my cousins, I was walking down. I don't know why. Like I look to the right and I just see like a street, and I start going down it. Like I'm gonna go like, oh, I'm gonna hit this spot up. But it was so obvious that no one was giving out candy here, and like nobody was there. And I like. Just in my head, I'm just walking down, and I'm like, it starts hitting me. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm walking down some scary ass dark street, and like none of these lights are on. I was like, what am I doing? And all of a sudden, a tug freaking comes from behind me. I freak out. I turn around, like, but my grip's on that bag, and some guy was trying to yank my freaking candy, and I was like, I was fucking ripped it from him, and they both started running. And I was just like. I was freaked out because I was with the group, but I like ventured off because my ADD ass was just like, oh, what's that? And then started walking away. But I was just like, what the fuck? And I like,
just older kids were trying to steal people's candy.
Yeah, I went straight home after that and like waited for everybody. And I was like, where were you guys? I was like,
let somebody come near my freaking kids when they're I will literally hurt someone.
Good thing I had a grip on that candy, bro. I wasn't letting.
Well, it's crazy how like being that young, like my mom would just be like, go on, adventure off into the whole entire city with a bag of candy.
Bye.
Make sure you eat it all before you get home. Nowadays, it's like, kids, you can't go nowhere like 3 feet away from me. You're not allowed to eat none of that candy until I go through it.
Yeah, like you gotta look for razor blades. You gotta look for drugs. Like, jeez.
Like, I can't even get free drugs. And these kids, they be feeding kids free drugs.
They're getting these kids some freaking Molly out there.
No, that's insane. But like, what the world's come to.
Times changed though, like from past to present.
I think that's crazy how we take something scary and then try to make it like, here's your piece of candy for being scared.
Oh, like Halloween.
Yeah.
That's why like trick or treat. It's like, you want a trick, or do you want a treat? Or to get the treat, you get a trick. I don't know how.
So where'd that even come from? You want to get slaughtered into my house?
Trick or treat.
Like, you just have creepy like dentist people like open the door and be like, come here, little kid, with a piece of candy, and then they come in and like, that's a trick.
I don't know. That's like
well, I want to know where it came from.
That's the joy though. Like, you're out there as a kid, and like all of a sudden you're like, you get scared. You're like, that was fucking scary, man. Can I get that piece of candy? And then you get your candy. So it's like scary and sweet. You're like you get scared all night, but then like you get some cool candy, you just munch on.
I just always thought the concept was weird. It's like you go up there and say, trick or treat, please and thank you. And it's like,
a lot of parents I've seen are like saying, my child shouldn't have to dress up or like play like sing a song or do a dance just for candy. Like, just give the kid candy. Like, nowadays, like, people are trying to be like, it's
the aspect of it. It's like a tradition. Like, why would you be like that? Like, why would you take that fun away from your children? Because like, the dressing up is like the whole part of Halloween. Why would anybody even think
Well, they're saying like some kids don't dress up because like they're autistic or they have some kind of disability.
So you're telling me you can't put a star on their freaking forehead?
I don't know, man. I'm not even a parent, so
I have 3 kids. If my kid said, Mom, I don't want to dress up this year. And I
You're
said, well, you
wearing
could stay home.
a star. You're going out in a costume.
You're
or
not doing
not
this.
Going out at all.
Yeah, exactly. It's the
That
fun
is
of it.
abusive.
You know, it's abusive saying, okay, my kid's overweight and I'm going to let him go get the streets and
You
the
let
candy.
him get overweight with the costume on.
My kid's not overweight, guys. They're little string beans. But it's the courtesy.
The only way you can get overweight is if you have a costume on, or else no candy for you. You're the evil person.
It's trick or treat. Okay? You're supposed to go
Traditions
trick or
are meant
treat.
to be broken.
No.
Oh my god.
My kid is almost
Just like
12
your mom.
and she thinks, how'd I get 2 of these?
I don't know.
She
Goes
still thinks that Santa's real.
at 12?
You know how hard that is for me to keep trying to make sure Santa's real and all this world around me is saying Santa's not real? I'm just trying to keep my kids' like faith alive, okay?
Like how? Now that just brings up a question. Like I even like thought about if I ever had a kid, probably never.
How old were you when you knew all this
My brother
stuff?
ruined it for me.
See, that's what I'm
As soon as
saying.
he found out, he was just like, Santa isn't real. I was like, what? No way. And
I
went to
literally,
mom
because
and I
my
was like,
youngest
"Is
is
Santa
7, and then my oldest is 11, almost 12. And it's just like, I'm like, the day that she ruins it for everybody.
real?" Yeah, she just goes straight.
So I'm
to
just
him.
like,
you know, Santa ain't
so I'm
real.
going straight to the source. I'm like, Santa's still real. You know that, right? I'm calling him right now.
I think like it's also parents use it against their kids. Like, oh, if you're bad,
Oh, my mom
Santa
does.
ain't gonna get you no gifts, and you're just like, damn, I gotta be good.
Well,
but
we
if
have
they
a-
know they ain't no Santa, they're like, Mom, I ain't gonna be good
Well, it's a
anyways. I know Santa ain't
concept.
fucking real.
I think the reason why I've gotten away with it this long is because I was like, you know, Santa is at the like North Pole and he's still like,
Well, and also kids didn't ruin it for her. Yeah.
well,
I don't know how she's
because they said, well, how does Santa have money to do this? And I said, well, we work,
money.
we work and pay him money for him to make the toys for us.
That is not how it goes.
Yeah, well, that's what my 12-year-old thinks. He thinks that I make the money, I send Santa the money, and Santa makes the toys and brings them. And if she makes me mad, I'm not making no money, and I'm not sending no money to make any
Mama's
toys.
working hard, baby, to pay Santa for the toys. If I don't have
It's
enough,
working, okay? She's 12, and nobody's ruined this
If
for her.
Santa
She's like, I don't
doesn't
know
give
what
us
you guys are
money-
talking about. My mom's at work working hard for toys, okay?
that's the craziest, funniest fucking thing I ever heard. Like, all I know
Faith,
is
man.
Santa, it's magic, and the little
I don't-
elves are working their asses
Yeah.
off for free.
Oh,
At
don't
the
even get me
North Pole.
started with the tooth fairy. My kids
Oh,
still learn.
tell me, what's the
They
tooth
still
fairy?
think that there's a tooth fairy, and like we give them money, right?
Yeah.
So every time one of the boys' teeth fall out, I make sure that I keep the tooth, so I make sure that the story's still alive.
Yeah.
Well, Owen had to go to his dad's that weekend, and his tooth fell out. And I was like, "Are you gonna take it?" And he goes, "Yeah, she'll still come." He woke up the next morning, and there wasn't none there, and like he came
This is
and
the tooth.
yeah, and he came home and he was really devastated because he obviously gets dropped off in the morning for the school bus.
Bitch jiffed me.
You know, so he's like, you know, she didn't come. Like, I guess she didn't think this tooth was worth anything. And I was so mad. I was like, I'm about to call his dad and just chew him out. And I'm like, you know what? No. This is his home. So I'll just put some money under his pillow at
Tooth fairy
home.
only comes to our house.
And I was like, hey, buddy, did you happen to look here? Maybe she just got mixed up with the houses. And he goes downstairs and there's a $5 bill. And he goes, silly tooth fairy. I wasn't at the right house this time. And I was like, that is so funny. And a little 7-year-old. And I made his day. So I was, you know, obviously the star parent. But it was just so funny because I'm like,
This bitch
I
don't
just-
have GPS.
I work really hard to keep the spirits alive because if I felt like that's what, like, you know, I grew up and I became a halfway decent person, but my mom put a lot of faith in everything. Like, her whole life was just a concept of us. So I felt like as an adult, I can't have like surrounding concept like she did because I have to work. But I try to make sure I still keep those kind of generation of faiths, which
At
is
least
awesome.
like give them a little bit of magic in their life. So, like,
Yeah.
in their real life, and there's no.
I mean, I think
magic.
it's hilarious because I legitimately like watched Harley argue with her cousin about him being real, and I'm like, you get him, girl.
Get him.
You tell him.
Get
Just
him.
because Santa's not there for them.
She's just stupid.
No,
It's because their mom's not fucking working to pay Santa.
yeah.
That's
the
what
government.
happens when you don't pay Santa his due. You
Yeah,
get no
tell her
toys.
good job. No, I don't know. I definitely want to like. We looked up Bobby Mackey's, everybody, and if you get 4 people for $100, you go a 2-hour tour. and we want
Do we get to go
scared.
like all up in there?
All up in there for 2 hours.
Like wherever we want, or is it like a 2 hours?
It's just like you walk through it.
I'm gonna just walk. I'm like, show me the scariest, most
I'm pretty
haunted
sure because
place.
it's not that many. There's not like. It's just underneath the bar.
Oh yeah, so it's good.
So you like, and the time just gives you more time. Like if you're like a ghost
to
hunter.
try to like feel something.
Yeah. But I heard if you're like pregnant, like the lady that died there was like pregnant. So like she like is more attracted to like females that are pregnant, and a lot more things happen to girls there than guys.
Yeah, I heard like some girls getting their hair pulled and stuff.
In the bathroom. I've been there, and I've also been there pregnant, and nothing happened to me. But I have a good energy, so I don't think that nothing happened to
I
me.
was shedding all the negative energy away from you. My bright, positive energy.
Yes.
I was fucking glowing in that place. Walked in like fucking.
I really was glowing, but only because I looked like a fat ass because I was like 9 months pregnant.
And your eyes just, but you were like, come in.
Yeah. I looked like a cave woman.
Do you think? Damn, we need to find a pregnant person to go with us then. I know one.
Who?
My friend Molly. She just got Molly and Ryan. They got.
Like, is she like like fat pregnant or like new pregnant?
I'd say new. Maybe.
That'd be a little too scary. I wouldn't
Why?
mess with anybody that's like newly pregnant, because when you're a
What's the
little bit
difference?
farther along, you're more stable. Your body's more stable for the baby, and
Well, do you think the ghost is gonna fuck that up?
I don't know. What if you never know?
They
People
won't
can
know,
lose
yeah.
kids really quickly in the beginning because your body's not stable enough, and like if everything's not right. And I would hate to have that bad juju and that kid come out and be like Satan or something.
The spirit's gonna go into the kid and
Yeah.
then be born and then be evil,
She's like,
murder
it's
everybody.
gonna go right up her vagina and like,
God.
like you know the little aliens and like you see the little hands like fall out and they're like, oh, what a cute baby, and they're like.
Do you think animals could like be ghosts? Can there be ghost animals?
Pet Cemetery? Yes.
But like no animal can really have a negative energy though.
Yeah, huh?
How?
A
Animals
wolf.
just gonna. What? What is a what? What?
Wolves are naturally aggressive predators. They're predators.
They're predators, man. That doesn't make them evil or negative. They're just killing because that's how they eat. Be killing them. They could be tortured.
But they still
don't
can be
torture.
sad. Which is why
So
you get
there's-
negative energy.
So say the pup. All right. So you got a wolf mom, and the pup dies some brutal death, and like she dies of heartbreak, and like you think the dog negative energy is gonna be there.
Yeah.
Wouldn't this world just
I
be
wouldn't.
filled?
But have you really heard of an animal giving negative energy to anybody?
That's why I just told
No.
you guys that there's no negative energy in animals.
That's what I'm saying. I think, but they still have energy.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But it wouldn't stay in this realm because there would be no need. Like humans, like we have emotional attachments to shit. So that's what keeps our energy here, like if as ghosts.
I think we all of our energies here.
You think our energy never goes away? Don't you believe in heaven? Doesn't our energy go there?
Yes.
You
and
live in
no.
your memories forever?
I think energy is something that, like, all our body gives energy, and we give back into the earth, and earth is heaven.
Earth is heaven?
Like, earth.
What do you mean earth? That doesn't explain anything. Earth.
Everybody has such a name for everything, right?
So
What?
is heaven the around the earth, or
Yeah, like
or is it in the earth? I'm confused.
okay, where's heaven? Sky?
Above, I guess it's always above. We pray to above. I don't know.
Exactly.
What it is.
Nobody knows, but I say, yeah, our energies probably go to heaven, but where really is heaven? My perception on it is, okay,
Doesn't the Bible say where it
You're-
is?
you know how many times that Bible's been written? If you give me the very original book and I read it from
The very
Jesus
first book.
himself, I will believe it.
You'd think they'd make that indestructible or something, like being holy. You know, I'd be like, this first book is indestructible.
Exactly, but so many people have written so many things to this point in this generation that I don't really necessarily know if any of those books are real. I know, like, obviously the real Bible is the real Bible, and I believe that one, but we've not seen this one. So we don't know what is precise. I
That's
mean,
what keeps me
heaven
away
could
from
literally be
religion.
right underneath Squidward's rock.
Squidward. You mean Patrick?
Yeah, Squidward still lives in a
I
rock.
guess he does. He lives in like a
Like a very
statue.
a famous rock.
It's a
I'm just saying, I do believe, I have religious beliefs, but I don't believe, I believe the same things in my own world, I guess.
So you believe in the religion, but your own perspective of it.
Yes.
I see.
Until I've been shown the real Bible and proven the real thing, I'm going to think what I think.
Oh, that's the same thing with me. Like, that's the only thing that kept me away from that is because, like, I'm like, we don't know shit. We know what we know is what's been passed down from generations.
And everybody, the tribal method.
How much can you trust your tribe? Like, it's
literally
humans are just full of.
The story, by time we got to the story in 2020,
yeah, it's like
no word is probably the same.
It's like the game Telephone. Like, you tell somebody exactly what it is, and then like they tell the next person. By the time it gets back to you, it's totally different. Same thing with the Bible. Like, oh, this is how I see his. That's my perspective on it, and I'm going to teach you my perspective. And then they're like, oh, well, this is how I perceive it, and I'm going to teach. You know, it just keeps changing.
So that's how I view it. But I
so
feel
your heaven is on earth.
Yes, I think.
But like in another realm. Like, just like a background realm?
We're just, like, we're absorbed back into the earth.
So and
heaven is earth, you know?
So that earth is just like a ball of all our energy and like our mother nature.
Yes, like, so we...
Damn, so you think we're destroying our heaven when we're like polluting? And
yes, 100%. And that's how everything restarts, the Big Bang Theory.
How many restarts do you think we had? We're on our third one.
We barely have any more dinosaurs, so we should be pretty scary.
I still don't.
To our last. We just like come out, we die. We're this energy. You have your good energies that eventually evaporate back into the earth, and that's where you have your spirit animals, you have all these different things. But the bad energies tend to stick around a little bit longer because they're looking for good before they could get pulled back into the earth. Because like just like pollution, right? The earth naturally push out the pollution.
Well,
but
eat it eventually. Just
the
forever.
soil, everything good they bring back. You water soil, the soil brings back. So I think that's how energy is, honestly.
I don't know. Ghosts are just weird. I think it's the emotional attachment that keeps people here.
Yeah.
Like they said, like if you're fully like ready to leave and go on, you go on. But if you have some crazy attachment to this world, you can't leave.
That's what I was saying, like negative. That would be negative, like something. Negative happen to like makes them mourn, makes them sad, makes them feel like they're incomplete to like go back and.
We should just start ghost hunting.
I would love that, honestly. I know somebody that actually ghost hunts. He used to be my manager at CC's, and he has like a big thing now. Like
ghost hunt.
I can literally show you. He has like his own stuff, like for real big stuff.
Passable podcast members, go ghost hunting.
Yeah, we need this guy, and we're gonna pull him onto our set just so we can talk to him because his Instagram and stuff, like he shows it, like he has all the equipment.
Do you think we can get him to talk like with us?
Well,
or what?
we worked together for years, and he still follows me on everything.
Because we could just ask him all our stupid questions about ghosts. And if he has,
I will write him tonight because he will definitely
Stay tuned.
communicate.
Maybe we'll have a part 2 for a free.
Yeah.
Talking to a real ghost expert.
And he has like real videos, and like he's really big into it. Like he's like the real
not just
deal. 2
half meatballs. We're gonna have a whole meatball here.
Like actually knows what we're talking about.
Yeah, we're just dumb.
Meatballs.
Meet the buzz.
So the thing is we are going to go real ghost hunting. And I really want to know, like, what you perceive is going to happen. Do you think that if we mess with people's graves or anything crazy like that? Because I do know a grave site that's from the 1600s that people have actually, like, already, like, I guess, either the hill, like, rocked and moved their graves, or somebody's already tried to, like, unbury them.
Grave rob?
Yeah. Do you think that would disturb somebody's, like, soul?
I don't think so, just because like their body's already like it's just their body, their soul's gone, so they won't get a notification if their body's being messed with. You know, it's just like they're in heaven or hell. Like they get a signal like someone's fucking with my body right now. I'm gonna go fucking haunt them. But if they were already there as a ghost and someone was fucking with their body, maybe. I don't know. I watched the show Supernatural and it's just like.
How do you feel about people leaving like valuable items with bodies when they die? Do you think that that's something that brings anything to the
again, like
paranormal.
that's like attachment. Like again, I watched Supernatural, and like to get rid of the ghosts, you have to burn their attachment to the world, which usually is like an item or some shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll find more out fucking when we go ghost hunting.
Yeah, we just need to get it like a some kind of like infrared or something so we can actually see.
What I think is gonna happen is, and what I think most situations happen is just people it being in our own heads. Like, oh, did that move? Did I hear something? What is that?
Well, there's always noise, so you're just really like the way I see it is you're really just like you're more aware and you're more observant, so you're gonna hear and see a lot more than you would naturally.
Something is like 100% goes past my face, like a ghost or like something pulls me or it's something 100% legit has to happen for me to fully invest in anything. So I think we're just gonna get there and just be a little spooked and just like, oh, ghosts. But I could be wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong. I want to like, what would that change? I don't know. Like, what would it change my beliefs and everything?
Well, just depending on the interaction we have.
Yeah.
I mean,
I hope we have one.
Maybe it'll just give us a cool chill. You know what I always think of when we talk about ghosts and stuff is you talking about you being in like the military and in the woods, and you said when you hit that one spot and it got really, really cold. Because I can't tell you how many times I've done like weird stuff and been in weird places that I thought were weird, and they did have that weird, creepy, cold energy, and I'm like, is that something? But then I'm like, maybe it's just like the drop in the air, the climate,
or just like maybe it's a drop in your own body temperature if you're scared. You're like, freak out and you get like a shiver. I don't know, but what I felt was super negative. I knew it was negative. Like, it's not something like I go around like, oh, this is positive energy, this is negative energy. It like stopped me in my tracks, and I was just like, this is bad. I just knew it was bad. I was like, this is bad. I was like, I gotta get away from this spot.
That's crazy.
And I ran. And I run so far away.
That would be, that's all we've done all day.
It's nice when like you only have 2 days of work left and you're just like, you just get to relax.
Let's just talk about this. We have 2 more days left, and then we get to enjoy the whole entire like October.
Yeah, enjoy October before we go back into the workforce and go hard in November.
We've been, I mean, I don't know if you guys recall, but we've been complaining about our jobs for quite a long time right now. And we've just had enough.
We've had enough. We've had the stand. We're walking out to... Or unless they get, like, we want... You know what? We really just wanted them to appreciate us. And, like, they didn't offer us money, but they offered all the other...
Isn't that so bizarre?
New employees, like, as much as I'm making. So I'm like... That don't make sense.
They're definitely doing shady stuff because they were communicating to all of our like employees behind our backs, which I thought was a little weird.
Unprofessional and weird.
And that's what I was thinking. We're being very professional. We gave them timely manner. We addressed what we needed to change, and instead of being like just doing the right thing, they did the exact opposite. And I'm very like. That's why I don't like corporate companies sometimes.
Yeah, I definitely don't like working for a corporation or anyone above me that I know doesn't value the people who are actually putting the product and keep making them their money, appreciate them.
It was just like bizarre because they definitely, I think, try to push the blame on me because they're like, we have to blame somebody and it can't be us.
That's how it always is. They're like, oh, we got a scapegoat. We're blaming it on someone so we can cover all our asses. Because when their bosses are yelling at them, they're like, why is this happening? What's good? Why aren't you? What are you doing about it? And like they're just like in their head, they're like, we are blindsided. It's all her fault and their fault. And
but the thing is they're gonna think that we were the issue, and then we're gonna be gone, and then the issue's gonna still be there.
Not our problem.
And I'm gonna be like, I'm not coming back.
Baby, come back. We swear we'll pay you more.
I would expect $1
million
with your pinky.
$20,000 raise? Is that what you want? Shit.
Bro, if they was to give me
what's the lowest to get you back in there?
Shoot, if they wanted to like give me like 60 a year.
If you're listening.
And that's like that's not even that big of an increase, but I would consider it.
Yeah, and I consider about $2 more on the hour.
Wink, wink.
if you're listening.
No,
Fuck
they
that.
suck.
Yeah. No, fuck
They
them.
said, "Oh my God, we're fucked," and they said, "Hey, line person, $17 an hour, and you don't have to wear a uniform.
So.
Demote me now. I'll do that."
Yeah, it's like you quit and then you
Reapply.
apply. Yeah, just to make more. Isn't that crazy? Like at jobs, like the people who are still there are making less than the people who are coming in new. So there's like, why wouldn't I just quit my job and then get rehired or go hire
That's funny
somewhere
that
else
you
for
say
more
that
money?
because, well, not even that. My brother, he works for like the government, and he was saying like they max people out at a certain, like they're there so long and they'll max people out. Well, then new people are coming in, they have to bring new people in, so they like would start them out more, so they would end up with more money, you know. And he said that people were actually quitting, waiting their term up to reapply, and then would reapply because they had all of the advancements and knowledge to be there, but they had to get paid more now. So my brother was trying to,
Smart.
they were saying they were like beating the system over it, and I thought that was like crazy.
Isn't that crazy though?
How that works, yeah.
It's just stupid.
It's like you just been working
God, they're
for $15 an hour, slaving away, and now you could have just been working stone for $15 an hour.
Shit, my whole life. It's a lot. We're in a freaking simulation. I hope it ends soon.
Yes, the simulation. I seen some meme today
Delete the
about
simulation.
they're like, why am I trying so hard in the simulation? And I was like, God, that hit me so hard. I knew. I'm like, why? I am trying really hard in this right now.
what I'm saying.
Can I glitch back out, please?
I'm just a sim, bro. I was like, whoever's playing my character, fuck, bro. Give me
I
some.
know,
Like,
shit.
why are you trying to live this life?
You're losing. Please turn over.
You're losing the game.
The turnover rate is epic.
God, that'd be crazy though.
I can't wait until I wake up.
Yeah. Death is a wake up. Dun dun dun. I'd be pissed. I'd
know.
be pissed. If
You
I
know, like
died.
game over, it was like you died, and then it was like in your eyelids it said game over, and then you wake up and you're like, again.
No,
But this time you're fat.
Oh my! This time, what do you call it? I'd be pissed. Like you die and then like you wake up, and it's like, I don't know. I can't even think about it. Like it's like
Good story.
if you, I'm just thinking right now in my head. I'm like, if you die and you wake up, but like only to like. What if someone's like,
different.
oh, this is the stuff you fucked up in your life. We're not going to remind you, but we're going to send you back in there. And you're just like, what? And you're fucking born again.
So you're retrying the same things all
That's
over
like
again, and that's what a deja vu is?
Dun, dun, dun. Or
I-
deja vu is a glitch in the system. You know, you're saying like you're not supposed to know something, but they know it, but they like you see it future-wise in your brain. But
I think it was just it connecting everything together. Okay, my head hurts from these headphones. All these
wow.
ghosts are eating my head.
damn, it's the ghost energies. You got
Yeah, it's
ghost
just
eyeballs.
bad
probably.
energy.
There's just ghost eyeballs smacking your ears.
But I don't know why I just thought like a ball smack. But that's so funny.
Ghost balls. Well, hopefully we're gonna go see what Casper's hands really look like and see who's.
We got a lot of stuff for you
we
guys
have a-
actually.
Yeah.
Casper's
So,
hands, mittens, check, with his towel on.
He does not.
We're gonna find a real ghost hunter to tell you real ghost stories. And we're gonna ghost hunt ourselves to make sure that there's no ghost getting people.
I don't care if they're getting people. Like, I just want to know if they're real.
Yeah,
And that's it.
and
You
get-
guys have a spooky weekend or month.
Bye. Happy Halloween if we take like 9 years again.
See you next year.